Thank you for that, Alex and Pansy. And yes, I'm joined by Maniac from Titan, 16-5. Let's start off talking about the map. Were you guys happy with Cobble? Because you look sure as hell happy.
Well, it was actually part of the plan. So the veto went exactly how we planned it to go. And then we had one or two possibilities of the map we could play. But Cobblestone was one of them who we actually prepared. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we were pretty happy to go on Cobblestone. We knew that they were actually pretty decent on the map, but we had done a lot of back work to be ready for them. So we were happy, yeah.
I know you guys were talking about earlier on saying you've only had about 4 days to actually prepare for the event. Was this a map that you definitely had like hammered down as this is a map we want to go into strong?
Well, this is one of the map we played, of course. But in 4 days, you absolutely have no time to really go deep in a map. Like, we stayed very superficial, I would say. And we just tried to build some basics, some setups. But we really tried to keep it simple. This is the only way you can actually achieve something in very short time. Because if you go too deep in strategies and stuff, you just get lost. And so we just needed some routine rounds that we know we can use on and on. So that's what we prepare for the maps, basically.
And simple worked for you guys, so well done for that. And I want to talk a little bit about Shox, because he was opping for the team. You have Smiths, who's always been like a long time opper existence, who can always play that secondary op. What was kind of the mindset going in with that, giving him that gun?
Well, as we spoke together before the interview, Shox is actually a positional sniper. So Smith stays and will be the main sniper, but it can happen that Kevin, or I mean Existence or Shox, we pick up the AVP for a positioning, and this is actually the case on Cobblestone. I play on A with Shox, he just goes around with AVP, I follow him, try to shoot. So yeah, this is quite positional.
Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about the team in general now. I know Existence did say in an interview recently saying he was kind of unhappy with the team, wasn't really enjoying himself. How has these new two players come in, Shox, Smith, changed that whole mentality of the team?
Yeah, so first, of course, at the end of ESWC, we were pretty down. We had a rough period for a long time. And even though we put up a lot of efforts, we couldn't really seem to find a solution. We were going down and down again. So having two new players, they actually bring something.
Existence, who can always play that secondary op. What was kind of the mindset going in with that, giving him that gun?
Well, as we spoke together before the interview, Shox is actually a positional sniper. So Smith stays and will be the main sniper. But it can happen that Kevin, or I mean Existence or Shox, we pick up the AVP for a positioning, and this is actually the case on Cobblestone. I play on A with Shox, he just goes around with AVP, I follow him, try to shoot. So yeah, this is quite positional.
Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about the team in general now. I know Existence did say in an interview recently saying he was kind of unhappy with the team, wasn't really enjoying himself. How has these new two players come in, Shox, Smith, changed that whole mentality of the team?
Yeah, so first, of course, at the end of ESWC, we were pretty down. We had a rough period for a long time. And even though we put up a lot of efforts, we couldn't really seem to find a solution. We were going down and down again. So having two new players, they actually bring something to the atmosphere, to the motivation. They felt pretty bad after getting kicked from Envy, and that's normal.
Right.
You know, they have this spirit that they be like, okay, we want to show it was a mistake. We want to show everyone we still got it. We can be still professionals and top players. So for now, their attitude is perfect. I've been enjoying this week of practice like never. It's really nice. And as I already told in an interview, when you play with those guys, you can feel that they won. They know how to win. They actually won. They had the big titles, and they know how to work. They are very serious, very result-oriented, and they will always go after the practice like, okay, guys, okay, we won, but this round was not good, what you did here was bad, what you did here, etc., etc. So it really builds a feeling of trying to get better round after round. And I really like this spirit. I hope we're going to keep it this way, because I think we can actually achieve something if we can stay on this very focused mind. So yeah, for now, it's only pleasure. Of course, it's just the beginning of the team, but it's going in a good direction, I think.
And I know you're talking about the spirit of the team, and I know hunger is always something you guys have had. You've never been able to really hit that pinnacle that you wanted to be at. Do you think these guys have that same hunger that kind of fits with the line with, you, Existence, and RPK?
I think so, yeah. They're here to win. We are here to win as well, even though we didn't really succeed before that. So we have this frustration about how it went with pre-Titan that we want to really show now, okay, we have got 5 players who think the same way, play the same Counter-Strike, see the game the same way. So now it's time to really put a lot of efforts, put our ego aside and work and build some things. And I think we have a shot, but that will take time.
Yeah, it'll take time. And we have to talk about the big thing. Kenny's obviously now over to Envy. We have to talk about how the play styles change for your team. I know you don't want to give away too much just yet, and you're still kind of learning yourselves, only having a few days of practice, but what's kind of already been the ground change for you guys?
Yeah, it's a pretty tough question. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I mean, because you were like supporting Kenny S. It was made very public. We have to talk about how the play styles changed for your team. I know you don't want to give away too much just yet, and you're still kind of learning yourselves, only having a few days of practice. But what's kind of already been the ground change for you guys?
Yeah, it's a pretty tough question. Yeah, you're right.
Well, I mean, because you were like supporting Kenny S. It was made very public that it's kind of make it so he can perform, and now you don't have that fact. Now you can really shine, and everyone else on the team can.
Yeah, so actually, even at the end of Titan first version or last version, I would say we were not that Kenny's dependent. Like we tried to be, we tried to be like all 5 players actually able to step up and play, and we're gonna keep it this way here. There is no real star. There is not someone that we will always flash for him and stuff. Everyone has its good positions. Everyone will sometimes throw a flash, or sometimes a teammate will flash for him. You know, we are like 5 on the same level. We can all 5 carry the game. That's how we want to see things. Every one of us has to be able to make the difference in a round. We cannot just say, okay, Shox, please make double kill now, or we're going to lose the round. This is not possible. We did the mistake with Kenyas once because he was so good back then, but it was a mistake. Everyone in the team has to be able to make a double kill, a triple kill. Everyone has to know his position as CT, his tricks as T. No one has to do the frags. Everyone has to. And I think that's the way we have to see things.
See, I like that about you guys because it seems like no one has too big of an ego, you know, for themselves, and you're keeping each other in check to make sure that when it comes to game time, you need to pick up those wins.
Yeah. It's actually great because, you know, we from Titan, I mean, Existence, RPKNA, we came from a failure, kind of a failure. The end of Titan was not really good. And on the other side, Shox and Smith got kicked out of the team, so that makes them also think about them. So we are just 5 people together who knew that they did something wrong before. So we have to, you know, pick ourselves up and really try to do something great. So this negative experience we had before will actually serve us now to not make the same mistake again and create a better team.
All right, well, let's talk about you because you just finally made the announcement. You finally switched over to being a full-time player. First of all, let's talk about how does that feel to finally commit to your passion, and then we'll go into a little bit more after that.
Well, to be honest, I knew I had to take the choice for a moment, some weeks, and I was very, very scared. I doubted myself a lot, like what do I want to do? I mean, I studied psychology for 5 years, and now I got a position where I could actually be a psychologist and stuff. But what is actually funny is that only when I heard that we could build a team with Shox and Smith, it's true. I was like, okay, this is what I waited for my whole career. I always wanted to play with those guys. I want it now. And even though it might be a professional risk not to go into, you know, like working as a psychologist now, I just knew I had to do it. It was like, you know, head against emotion, but you cannot win against your emotions. If I wanted to be a player, I wanted to see how high I could go as a team and as a player, because before that I was playing like maybe half of the time the other players because I had to work and stuff. So now I want to see where is my limit as an individual, and I want to see where is the limit of my team. If I can push them more than I did before, look more into the tactics, make more deathmatch, be more skilled. I am very aware of my weaknesses and what I have to improve. But the difference is now I have time to do it, actually. So I have all the cards in my hand. I can do whatever I want. I just need to work, put a lot of efforts, and then we're gonna see. But I'm very happy. I'm thrilled. I want to play now. I don't have to have second thoughts like, oh, do I have to do this report for the job for tomorrow? No. Now it's okay. I can just come to a LAN and play and enjoy myself at full. So I'm very happy.
I love that you're following your passion. I really am. And, you know, in esports, it's kind of you need to follow your passion to be successful. And I want to talk about one thing in particular. Now that you have all this extra time in your hands, are you helping Existence a little bit more? Are you trying to maybe, you know, build that extra, 6-7 hours that you have a day to really kind of buckle down and research any other teams and prepare?
Yes, I think this is very important. The way I see things, everyone in the team has to bring ideas, because if we only keep like one way of thinking, like Existence is a very, very clever leader. Nothing to say against him. I am a big fan of what he's doing. But it will always be better for a team if like 2 or 3 people come with strat, come with ideas, they could analyze some demos and stuff. So of course, I really want to help Existence. And I also want him to focus more on his individual level of play, because he had also downsides before, because he gave so much energy to the team, like building the team game, that he actually lost time and track with his own game. So I want him to like increase also as a player, improve as a player, where I can help him build the team game. It's like a compromise.
And this is going to be a little bit of a loaded question, but we've talked to a lot of players across different games, and always mentioned the fact that there always seems to be like this window on the amount of time that you can be a professional player in esports. Do you feel like you're still in your prime, and do you feel like how many years do you have left coming into this?
into the prime now. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit late. Okay, I'm 25. I just don't.
You're young. You're young.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say I'm young, but in the career like lifespan, I'm pretty much at the end, I guess.
It's not Taz at 30.
Yeah, see, so that's my limit. I say before, yeah, my parents were like, okay, you want to play, but how long? 6 months, 1 month? I was like, maybe more. Maybe I go more. No, I mean, as long as it goes well and I have these crazy emotions I have now, I will not be able to stop. This is like, I'm addicted to this life,
Nice.
this very special life, this very unique chance we are given to travel around the world, get so much adrenaline playing stuff. Who doesn't want that? I mean, as long as I can have it and as long as I have the level to have it, I will enjoy it 100%.
And there's one thing that's always apparent. When anyone comes up, talks to you, whether it's a fan, whether it's a person interviewing you, you always have this positive attitude. And even through all the team changes that have been happening, throughout the the bad times, how the hell do you maintain this positive attitude? Because you can just see it. It's seeping through you.
I don't know. It is kind of a personal question, but I would say that before playing, I actually had real troubles in my life sometimes, and it just taught me that some things are really important and negative and some things are not. So switching players from team might seem very scary, like, oh no, we have 2 new players and stuff. But I'm like, hey guys, we are only arguing about 2 new players in the game. I mean, what's the matter? It's okay. There's nothing to worry about. It's just there are bigger problems elsewhere. So I really try to keep it simple and just enjoy things. That's the way I see. And if I do that, maybe I would take it like to the maximum. I would do my best. And then if it doesn't work, it's okay. I tried my best.
All right, well, congratulations yet again for that win. Fantastic job for you guys, and I hope to see more of you in the near future. Guys, we're going to head to a short break. When we come back, we'll have another game for you, so don't go anywhere.